Life has no formula, and life attacks you even without your knowledge. Today we are doing first episode of the 10 episode of Life Motivation, and today we are going to be talking about terror and life issues. First of all, when you are terrified about life, it's a point where in life you don't know exactly what to do. You are terrified because maybe you are scared or maybe you are insecure. Life issues or life struggles is what people go through, and that is what changes most of the people in the world. So, my good name is Rayton San. Welcome to the first episode of Life Motivation. So today we are going to be talking about life terror and life struggles. And we are going to break our key points into 5 points. And our first point is life terror is invincible but deadly. Life terror is invincible but very, very deadly. So, when you're terrified about life, you tend to lose control because terror might be brought by 3 factors. First factor is insecurity, threats, or maybe being unsure of the steps that you need to take in life for you to have a good life. When you are terrified, many people can't know it. You just feel it inside you. In life, we go through so many things. We might be insecure about our financial status. We might be insecure about our health status. We might be insecure about our family status. Or even sometimes, we are insecure about ourselves. We don't feel like we fit into the society. So, today, I am going to be teaching you how to tackle the life terror and life struggles. By the way, I don't know everything, but at this point, I have done so many things in life that I am able to tell you how to do things and how to avoid some things. First of all, I just want to tell you, life has no formula. You have to live according to how you feel comfortable. Nobody should give you a full advice about life. This is also an advice, but at the end of the day, there is what you pick and there is what you eliminate. Because sometimes even our environmental issues or environmental factors might make us not be able to achieve a few things. For example, people born in America and people born in Africa, we are all equal, but we have different opportunities. People born in America, they are known to have so many opportunities because they are in a developed country already, but we are in a developing countries. So you understand? So in life, opportunities meet you because of environmental issues. So when these things don't come your way and you lose the opportunity or you don't get to where you dream to be, you end up being terrified. For example, when you look at ladies, they have a limited time whereby they say, at this age, I cannot have kids. For example, ladies have a stage called menopause. So every one of them will always run with time to ensure they have kids before menopause. For instance, if you near the menopause or you don't have a partner nearing the menopause, you tend to be terrified and feel like time is not on my side. Time is not allowing me to rest. Time is asking me to do these things in a hurry. And most of the time, you end up being terrified, and with terror or when you are terrified, you end up making quick decisions, which most of the time, they are not the best thing. Okay, another factor is nobody prepares you for adult pain. Nobody prepares you for adult pain. When you are growing, you are a small kid. You rely fully on your parents. You feel like they are your second god. Without them, you feel terrified. But as you grow, nobody's preparing you for what you will face in life. When we are growing, we are all enjoying playing with mud. We are all enjoying playing with toys. We are all playing hide and seek and enjoying it with our other kids. But nobody is preparing you for the pain that is coming ahead. Everybody tells you life is good, ahead is okay, the way is clear for you to move, but nobody knows what you will face. Why nobody prepares you for the pain? Everybody expects good things from you. Everybody expects all what will happen in your life is something good, something that will make you happy. But as you grow, you meet some people, you move to some environments which sometimes end up hurting you. Sometimes you meet people in life But one thing that people don't understand is some people you meet in life are temporary and other people are permanent. It's upon you to sit down and realize that nothing is permanent. If you have the knowledge just that nothing is permanent, anything that leaves your life, you will never be surprised. But if you don't remember that anything that happens in life is temporary, even life itself is temporary, then when people leave, you tend to feel like you have lost the half of you. You should be able to cope or put up with the fact that anybody can leave. And what makes it worse is nobody prepares for them to leave. Life will teach you so many things that will terrify you, although it is not fully about terror or maybe being sad or maybe being hurt. But today we are talking about the life struggles, the terror that we experience in life. There are so many good things, but avoiding the worst thing is the same as preparing for the best. So, the next key point is the difference between surviving and living. You see, surviving is trying your best not to die. It's like fighting for your life. Every day you are fighting to maintain whatever you have. Every day you are surviving to get at least something to eat. Every day you are surviving at least in a house where there is no rain. Every day you are surviving at least to find at least one good person out of 10. That is surviving. For you, it means you need to fight for you to survive. But now, living is whereby you are so comfortable. You even have extra houses, you even have extra rooms, you even have extra food, you even have extra money, you even have health care insurance, you even have like a full complete family. That is the difference between surviving and living. Let us focus in an example where you find yourself surviving. Like me, my story is somehow painful. I have been into situations in life whereby I feel like I'm surviving and not living. In what circumstances do I feel this way? Or in which circumstances do people end up feeling like they're surviving instead of living? When you wake up today and you find that in your family, the key important people that you depend on, the people that you feel, these people are here to make me have a good life. These people are here to secure me. These people are here to care for me, are here to cater for my needs. The day you wake up and you find they are no more, that is the same very day you feel like you started surviving. You might end up coping with life later and being stable and providing all these things for yourselves, but before then, you end up feeling like you're surviving. Again, if a day you wake up and find you're not in a good health condition, you have like long-time diseases like cancer, HIV, or maybe sometimes you have like deficiency or diseases that are inborn inside you, or for example, you are blind, you end up surviving life. How? When you're born, or maybe when you find in your life you have HIV, you end up surviving on drugs. You end up surviving on prescribed drugs by the doctor. When you find you have cancer, you end up surviving by traveling for treatment, having certain meals. When you end up, you are born and you find like you're blind, you end up surviving, especially when you're traveling, because you have to have another extra person or you have an extra care. Now you are surviving. That is exactly the opposite of living. The last point, now before we start giving the solution, is why most people suffer silently. You know, many people are not able to speak their problems. Many people are not vocal. Many people cannot express themselves because they are in fear of we are going to be judged. In our society, so many cases of rape goes unpunished because the victims of the rape, they are so afraid of saying things out loudly. They feel they are going to be judged. They feel they are going to be despised. And even some other time, people tend to feel like there is nothing that will happen even if I say I was raped. People might end up thinking it's a joke that I was not raped or I was the one who entertained these people. At the end of it all, these cases goes unjudged, goes unpunished. That is why people suffer silently. They feel they will lower their self-esteem, people will laugh at them, people will despise them, people may not take action, and they end up being quiet. So, some other time, why people suffer silently is because they have lost hope in humanity. We have lived in life whereby we are not sure how many people in our lives are ready to step up for us, how many people are ready to step in for us, how many people are there to help us without judging us, without laughing at us. When you look into that, you realize that life is so fucked up in a way that you have no people. You see, for example, me, when someone treats me so nicely, I end up feeling like it's a setup. It's because of where I've been brought up. I've been brought up in a so painful environment, in an environment whereby you end up feeling like everything you attract in life is so negative, is so bad, negative energy. People are not kind. People are always selfish. People are always jealous. People are always like, so when you come into real life or outside your environment, you tend to find people who are so kind and you tend to feel like something is off. So some other times when we suffer, we end up feeling like, should I speak about it or is it a normal thing? Sometimes you might go through a lot of problems that you may end up thinking it is the way of life, that this is how people live. For example, when you live to places like Turkana, Samburu, the only thing that you will hear day in, day out is kettle rustling. People are shooting each other. When you live in Garissa, you will always hear of terrorism. People have been attacked, people have been shot. So you end up growing into that mind that in life, there will always be guns, people will always fight, people will always shoot each other. But when you are born, for example, in a place like coastal region, you end up feeling like our culture is full of food, is full of waters, that this is what we are brought into. Now, when you step outside the environment and you don't see the same things you used to see in your environment, even if something worse happens, you end up feeling like, I should not talk about it because where I come from, we don't experience these things. Maybe I look awkward, or maybe I look outdated, or I look like I'm an outcast. So you end up suffering silently. This one affects many youths, that you end up suffering, and at the end of the day, the only news we can get, he threw himself from the second floor. He hanged himself. He poisoned himself. He killed himself on a road accident. He killed somebody. He's in a rehab. Learn to speak up. Learn to say things the way they are. Don't look, how are people going to look into me? How are people going to see my situation? How are people going to do? How are people going to take me? Always speak. You never know who is listening. Even for these episodes, even for this first episode, I don't know who is listening. Maybe some people are meant only to listen to episode 1 or 2 or 3 or 9. You never know. But at the end of the day, speak up. It is for the betterment of humanity that we have to care for our society. And that's why I'm doing all these episodes, because I felt like in life, my life took a turn point. And in life, there are sometimes you have a turn moment. You can either choose to go back, go at the front, or stay where you are. If you decide to stay where you are, nothing will change. If you decide to step back, you may end up losing a lot. And when you step beyond or you step on, so many things will end up changing into your favor. The last point before you start giving solution is why talking about struggle is strength and not weakness. You see, in life, when you are able to speak your problem, you are able to find a solution. They say, have a problem shared. No, a problem shared is a problem half solved. Even when you go to hospital, the first question is, how are you feeling? If you're not able to explain exactly how you're feeling, it is very difficult for us to know exactly what treatment we need to give you. Speaking up shows too much about who are you, what are you, how are you feeling, how should we treat you, where should we place you. Speaking about struggles is not weakness, it's strength, because unless you speak about it, you are not able to find solution. It is very difficult to swallow these problems and expect people to help you. People around you, they judge you or they act on you depending on what you say. For example, if today everyone is used of me being someone who insults other people, they will always be against me. Anytime we have a conversation, the only thing that I'm spitting out of my mouth are insults. Many people will end up not supporting my conversation most of the time. If I'm known for always fighting, whenever there is an argument, the only best thing I can do is fight my opponent. People will always be terrified to enter into my zone of argument. How you act and how you speak, that's how people carry you. For example, many people know me from internet. They have created a way they look me like. For example, when I look into someone like Speed, I know it's someone who shouts, who barks, like is so, someone who is always up, like who is always in mood, who is always running. So that is how we have taken him as. When we look like someone like Steve Harvey, is someone who is composed, someone who is funny, someone who is really looking into life, someone who is like trying to find what is life, So everyone, how you speak, how you act, how you treat people, how you respond to how people treat you defines who you are. By the way, let me tell you something. Not everything you see in life you need to react to. A reaction is equal to opposite, something of. So that was our first episode, whereby we have highlighted the key points. Why do people struggle? What makes you get terrified? Why people end up being silent on why they don't speak about their problems? And lastly, why talking about struggles is not a weakness. In life, this life has no formula. Everyone is living for the first time. People will tell you this, others will tell you this. But I want to tell people, life has no script. Like there is no a certain way we should. I know there is laws, there is the commandments, there is the Christianity, there is the religion, there is what. But after all these laws, after all these things that we have to follow, when it comes down to personal life, there are so many things that you need to figure out in your own way. Life is like try and error. Try something, it doesn't work. Try another thing, it doesn't work. So as I wind up the first episode, I just want to tell people, feel motivated. Find a purpose within you. Find a reason as to why you need to be who you are. Find a reason as to why you should not be terrified about anything. Find a reason as to why you should always find a solution as to why you are struggling. And speak up. Don't be silenced. Don't be silent. And don't think that you don't matter to the society. The community cares about you. God cares about you. People around you cares about you. Always speak up, because you never know what happens when you speak up. When you don't speak, you are guaranteed that nothing will happen. But when you speak, there is a chance that you might get help. My name is Rayton San, for those who don't know me. And again, welcome to the first episode of Life Motivation. Don't miss any episode. We are going to episode 10. Thank you. for getting to this point. Subscribe to my channel.